Welcome to some holiday tips with the Alzheimer's Association. Dana, you're a representative with the Alzheimer's Association, and you have some tips, if you will, checking in for the holidays that people that are giving care to someone who has dementia or Alzheimer's should be aware of.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we can all agree, right? Whether you're living with cognitive change or not, the holidays can be a really stressful time with a lot going on. So it's really helpful to prepare and think about these things ahead of time so that you can enjoy them, a little bit instead of being stressed the whole time.
Yeah. Some of the general holiday tips that you had sent to me were familiarizing others, involve the person, and adapt traditions.
Yeah, I think, it's really important to prepare not only your loved one that you're caring for, but also, extended family members that you might be spending time with, because even though someone may be aware that, their aunt or uncle or grandma or grandpa lives with dementia, they may not have a lot of experience interacting. For example, it's helpful to prep folks not to come up to grandma and say, remember me? What's my name?
Yeah.
That can put pressure on them. That can make them feel bad. So letting them know, hey, just come up, reintroduce yourself, say, it's me, your granddaughter, Dana, and start things off that way. And likewise, you can prepare your loved one living with dementia by, looking at photos, doing some reminiscing about how you've done the holidays in the past, pointing people out, listening to some holiday music, and kind of getting them in the mode ahead of time as well.
Great tips. They're traveling. You want to be aware of best times to travel, allowing for rest breaks, have services nearby, and to make sure that you're with them if they are going to stop and use a restroom.
No doubt. I think something to be aware of, whether we're talking about traveling or traditions or anything, is a lot of folks living with dementia can experience sundowning. A time of day that is typically late afternoon, but could be other times, when there's just increasing confusion or agitation for that person. And so if you know that your loved one is prone to that, starting in the late afternoon, you might say, well, I'm not scheduling flights for that time. We're doing morning only because I know that's when they're at their best.
Yes.
And same thing with, you have to understand that your holidays may be different, but that doesn't mean it has to be bad.
Right.
If you always, with your family, do a Christmas dinner, again, if sundowning is a problem, and if that usually would fall in the time that they're going to be agitated, maybe it becomes a Christmas brunch, and that's really the only thing that changes.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to, you know your loved one, you know them best.
Yep.
It's just time to adapt the holidays a little bit for them.
Okay. Gift giving for caregivers and different stages of gifts also.
This is interesting because certainly, if you're talking about gift giving for these folks, there are some things you can do specifically for their situation. Caregivers, you can give them gifts like, meal services or cleaning services or things like that. But it doesn't always have to be about their caregiving situation either. Mm-hmm. You can go with a fun gift. Same with the person living with dementia. You can get them, comfortable clothing, fuzzy blankets, picture albums, music players. But, if they're just a chocolate lover, get them the chocolate. It doesn't have to be something that reminds them, hey, I know you're having a hard time living with this disease. That being said, for caregivers, Sally, I'm a caregiver as well as working for the Alzheimer's Association.
Okay.
And I know that no matter how much support you have around you, no matter how many people are telling you, hey, let me know if I can do something for you, it can still be hard to take them up on that.
Right.
You might be thinking well, who really means it versus who's just saying it. I feel bad sometimes taking someone up on it.
Yeah.
So if I could give advice to people who want to give a gift to a caregiver, is to not put the onus on them to reach out to you. Why don't you just say, hey, I'm going to make you a dinner next week, a home-cooked dinner, what day is best? Do you have any requests? That way they're not asking you, you're just saying, I'm down for it, tell me what's good.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
great advice.
Absolutely.
Very nice. I'm glad we talked about that. And then to close out, as far as checking in for the holidays, winter safety. And safety in general should always be there, especially in the home with rugs and all that type of thing.
No doubt.
But preventing wandering and slipping and falling and no unnecessary travel.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we all check the weather anyways, but truly, if you've got appointments or other places to go with your loved one, you know, if there's going to be snow, if there's going to be extreme cold, don't go anywhere you don't have to go so that you're not out caught in a horrible situation that's going to stress everybody out. And I think as far as wandering is what we're really worried about.
Yes.
And I think the biggest predictor of a person with the disease wandering is if they've done it before. So if they are a wanderer, in the winter, you have to be so keyed into that to make sure that they don't. You have to watch for increased agitation, which is when they're most likely to do it. So again, during those sundowning times, make sure that they have the level of supervision that they need. Make sure that you keep, you know, a lot of lights on and keep a calm environment at home so that they don't hopefully feel the need to do that.
And if you need more help, those people that have offered, call them.
Yes.
Can you please help me? This is going to be a tough time. I can see, you know, they're agitated, and I hope people reach out.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? If I could close out with one important thing is that the Alzheimer's Association has a free 24/7 helpline.
Great.
And I can't stress it enough. It is free. It is 24/7. So if you're doing anything this holiday season or any time and it's 2 a.m., you can call this number and an experienced clinician will answer and will be there for you, providing resources, advice, even just a listening ear. They can translate into over 200 languages.
Wow.
It's truly a wonderful resource. Again, I've called as a caregiver myself and just felt really heard and felt like I had a good path forward. And so...
How do they get this number?
Oh, yeah. So it is, I'll tell you now, and then it's all over the website. It's 800-272-3900.
Okay.
So that's all you got to do. And of course, you can go on alz.org/WI, and it's there as well, along
Okay.
with many other things.
Well, I really appreciate you coming in for these important holiday tips, and I hope that our caregivers out there really use the resources that are available.
I do too. We should all enjoy the holidays. I hope everyone is safe and, has a happy one.
Thank you for coming in.
Thanks, Sally.
You're welcome, and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. And to our viewers, as always, thank you for watching.